All right, hey guys, welcome. We're back. It's a great week of soccer to talk about. Let's do it. Let's start right now. Champions League has started. Shocker or not a shocker? 1-0 Atletico over Liverpool. Was that a shock to you guys? Did you see it coming?
Yeah, I definitely didn't expect it, especially with Atletico having so many key players injured. Yeah, it was a big surprise to me.
I mean, what do you think, Jaden?
I thought Liverpool had a good chance to win the game, but in football, that's what happens. Liverpool had their worst game in God knows how long, and Atleti had their best one. They haven't been in good form, but that's why you play the games, and it's not just on paper. And every single player from Liverpool was not good, and I think we're lucky to only lose 1-0 and still have a good shot in the second leg.
Yeah, from what I saw, there were a couple of chances that, thank goodness for Allison, because it could have been a lot worse.
Yeah, Liverpool didn't have a single shot on target, which is pretty crazy.
Oh my gosh. Yeah, I mean, that's weird. That's that's just crazy. I didn't see the game, so I'm not really sure what that was all about. But as Jaden is saying, that nobody played well. Is that what you saw? Or
I watched a lot of the second half, and from what I saw, Liverpool had some good possession, but nothing really came out of it. They would just pass the ball around, long balls to Robertson, and just pass it back to Van Dijk, and then try to make a chance, and then it would get shut down by Atletico, and they would go on a break, and then Liverpool would get the ball back and try the same thing again.
Yeah, I wonder if there was just complacency, or did that set in? Jaden and I remember we were talking earlier in the day, and we're just like, oh yeah, we couldn't have had a better setup, for first round, and we were just expecting victory, but something inside me was like, this is sports. You can't take anybody for granted, especially at this level. And I think maybe that's what happened. There was some complacency there. They've been winning all these close games, it seems like, recently. Everything's worked, and then it didn't work this game. So what?
When you play against Liverpool, unless you're Real Madrid or Man City or one of those elite teams, you're going to have to sit back and you're going to have to defend. And most teams aren't great at that. Like Norwich, eventually it'll catch up with them at the weekend. But Atleti, with Diego Simeone and their classic, ugly, horrible to play against football, they look like the old Atleti back with Godin and Felipe Luis and all them back a couple years ago that made the Champions League final. And it was a reprise of that, really. And Liverpool just couldn't cope with it.
Well, is that worrisome, do you think? If you're a Liverpool fan, like on a scale of 1 to 10, with 10 being, oh my gosh, we're going down in a burning flame, the greatest team ever, we're going down. What's the I don't know, what do I want to call it, the worry scale, or the threat level for Liverpool, 1 out of 10, 10 being the highest? Do they bounce back? They destroy this ugly style soccer with Anfield magic on the second leg?
Yeah, I don't think I'm too worried for Liverpool. I'd say maybe a 3 or a 4. I think they still have a good chance. What do you think, Jaden?
I am not worried at all. The last time Liverpool did not win at home, I believe was, or I guess Napoli. This year, but before that it was Leicester last January. So this is an anomaly for Liverpool, and they were on their worst day. Atleti were on their best day, and I'm telling you, there is no way that happens again in the second leg. When it comes down to it at Anfield, Liverpool, I think, should still get through easily.
Okay, well, you you heard it here first. I do feel a little worried. Like there's a little chink in the armor, anything can happen. And just being down like that, you're down 1-0. So that's a little worrisome, but
yeah, it just seemed kind of strange, like fully fit Liverpool, who's been amazing all season, against this sort of shaky Atletico team, and we just get dominated.
But these things happen in Europe. Like Look, a couple years ago, PSG 4-0 Barca at home. Barca 6-1 at home. Last year,
Mhm.
Barca beat Liverpool 3-0 at home. Liverpool won 4-0 at home.
Yeah.
Your home field advantage is 10 times more important in Europe, and for that reason, Liverpool will get through easily.
Yeah, you know what's strange is like, Liverpool is so fun to watch. They really are, and yet that wasn't really the most entertaining match, or even matchup of this round. When you consider PSG and Dortmund, like that is must-watch TV, don't you guys think? Or
Mhm.
what do you think?
Especially with all the young players on both sides, especially Dortmund, Holland, Sancho, and Giovanni Reina.
I mean, one thing that just shocked me was, and you guys pointed this out, I had no idea Holland was 19 years old. That just blows me away.
Yeah. He's also, yeah, he's just an incredible athlete. He's 6'4", and just like watching some of the highlights, he seems like one of the fastest players on the field.
Yeah, he really has it all. He's like a big target man, number 9, but then he has the speed to be the guy who plays off the big target man. So he's just both. And it's almost like you get an extra striker up there.
Yeah, it's unstoppable.
Yeah. Well, it's almost a shame because I like PSG too. Like they're super fun to watch. Mbappe is just blows my mind every time I watch him play. Like I've never seen a guy. I mean, I've seen him miss a lot, but when he gets in there, he puts it on target, and he's such a smooth finisher, and just his athleticism to begin with. Like he's must watch, but now Neymar is really stepping up his game. So I think that second leg is going to be incredible. It'd be interesting to see what Dortmund does, to prepare for that.
Yeah, I was expecting Neymar and Mbappe to go crazy on Dortmund's defense, but Holland really stole the show.
Yeah.
Mbappe really didn't have that much of a presence. I thought it was going to be Holland versus Mbappe, the two big stars of the future, the next Messi versus Ronaldo, but who knows what we're going to see in the future. In the second leg, it's going to be really fun, really fun. I guess I'll save my prediction for later.
Okay. All right, yeah, so what else are we looking forward to in the Champions League?
Well, there were two more games today.
Do we have the results of those yet?
Yeah, I believe.
Rebel Leipzig beat Tottenham 1-0 away,
Yeah.
thanks to a Timo Werner 65th minute penalty.
Yeah, and then Atalanta beat Valencia.
Yeah, 4-1.
4-1.
Okay, so that's my sneaker team right there.
Atalanta,
yeah. That's my sneaker team. I mean, we were talking about that earlier. Something about them, I don't know. I just think they might be the Tottenham of this year.
Mhm.
4th place in Serie A, not bad.
Mhm.
Yeah. Is there any games tomorrow?
Europa League.
Oh yeah. And then the rest of the Champions League games are next week.
Okay. Wow, this is a great time. So let's switch coasts. Champions League, CONCACAF style. We had LAFC, the darlings of MLS, taking on Lyon. Is that it?
Think so.
Losing 2-0. Which, I don't know how we look at that. How do you guys interpret that result?
Well, LAFC, they played their full first-team squad, but when it's your first game of the season and you're going down to a hostile environment in Mexico against a team who's getting into the business end of their season, it's really hard. They're in full form, been playing every week, and most midweeks too, and there's LAFC who haven't played since October. It's really difficult, and I think that showed, but I think they still stand a decent chance in the second leg being such a great team.
And then Atlanta tied with who did they play?
It was like Montagua or something. I'm definitely butchering that name. I apologize.
So they look to be in pretty good shape.
Mhm.
Joseph Martinez got on the score sheet.
Yeah.
1-1 away goal.
Yeah, it's pretty tough to keep that guy off the score sheet in any league. And then your boys are playing tonight, right?
Tomorrow
Seattle.
Tomorrow night, I think.
Thursday night.
I think
it's tomorrow night.
Montreal play tonight.
Yeah. But hope it goes well. Jordan Morris doesn't get injured. I'm just hoping for no injuries at this point. We should get through.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Playing against a Honduran team. But you never know. That's why you play the games.
I think out of those LAFC, Atlanta, Seattle, and Montreal, we know we can.
New York City, too.
New
yeah.
York's.
They play tomorrow as well.
Oh. Man. Okay. We know for sure Montreal is not going to do anything. And at least that's the way I feel. I just feel like they're a train wreck.
Mm-hmm.
And I love Thierry Henry, but I just don't know how he's going to do as a manager. But I I don't think they're making it out. Who of these MLS teams do you think make it into the next round, if any?
I would say for sure Seattle. I think they're the best chance MLS has for winning. I don't think LAFC are going to make it out. And then Atlanta, I think they're going to make it out. And as for New York City, I have no idea. And then Montreal, yeah, like you said, I just don't have much hope for them. I don't think they've made many great transfers that I've heard of in the offseason, and they also lost Ignacio Piatti, their best player. So, yeah.
Yeah, I think it's a transition year for them. Yeah.
Yeah, Seattle, I said this earlier, but they have if they win, they get to play the winner of the Montreal Impact Saprissa series, so they get to avoid a Mexican team till the semifinals. And by that time, there might be another American team that they come against. So I think Seattle really has the best shot to get far. But going into before yesterday, I would have said it was LAFC, but we'll have to see what happens.
Yeah, I mean, LAFC is so strong at home. I just think that place will be rocking. They've been a little suspect on the road, you know, even in MLS.
It didn't matter in the semifinals last year.
Yeah, and right. Well, same. You know, Portland beat them down there too. So you know, yeah. I mean, for the most part, they handle it at home. But I think they come back. They're gonna do all right. They're gonna make it respectable for sure. I think they can hang with Lyon, if not beat them. So I'm still pulling, not pulling for them, but I think they can pull it out. I think Atlanta is in prime. You know, they'll move on, and then I'm going to say Seattle, like you guys said. The other ones, I think New York bows out. I think Montreal bows out.
New York.
There you go.
I think New York will get through. They're a good side.
And who are they playing?
Some like Central American team. I think it's
Like a Costa Rican team.
Portmore United. Maybe. Correct me if I'm wrong.
Yeah.
But I don't know. LAFC just got a really rough draw because there's always one Canadian team that gets in, 4 American teams and 4 Mexican teams, which is 9 big teams. So one of them has to play against each other in the first round. And they just got the tough one.
So we're switching gears now to being more domestic. What about what do we see about the Portland Timbers? We finally got a look at them in preseason. They did pretty well down in Costa Rica, and then they just came home and they're playing in this preseason tournament, and they won 2-1. Did you get a chance to catch that game?
I watched some of the second half. I saw Polo's awesome goal. That was from a crazy angle. But overall, I didn't really see enough to have any takeaways. Did you see?
Yeah, I watched it.
Yeah.
They had a stream of it, so I could I could watch that, and I watched the whole game. And my takeaways were that I think the roster overall is pretty good. You know, I think Portland's ready to. I think at least on paper, I think they've got a really solid roster. I think they're pretty deep all around. They're a little thin at right back and left back maybe.
Yeah.
But other than that, I think they're pretty solid. I think Yimi Chara, as he's a DP, and I think he was a little. He didn't show me much.
Yeah.
I didn't see what he's all about. You know, like you expect a DP to just come in and like dominate, and I didn't see that. Maybe he's still trying to adjust or trying to figure out his role, or maybe, you know, who knows what. But I'll give him a pass.
Yeah.
I like Mora, the new number 9 guy, who's not even supposed to be the starter.
Yeah. Yeah. We haven't seen anything from the new Polish striker, like Jarek something.
Yeah.
Right. I don't think he's started training.
Yeah,
Right.
he's if he hasn't started, then I think he's supposed to start pretty soon.
Yeah.
But I think he's gonna be really good. And if this guy's, you know, if Mora is the backup, I think we're looking pretty good.
Yeah, and
you
we
know.
also have Abobasi too.
Mr. Reliable as a young player. So I don't know. I think we're attack will be fine. I think we're solid depth wise. It's just a matter of, you know, will those pieces gel? I really like Zuparic, the new center back.
Oh, yeah.
I think he's going to be just fine. And the backup keeper, look, he made a really nice save.
That was awesome.
So I think we're ready this year. So I'm excited. I think the derbies with Seattle are going to be smashing, and you know, nothing says, you know, Northwest rivalry like when one of the teams wins the MLS Cup, you know, so the other team is going to come hard for the other team. So Seattle better look out.
I'm actually more worried about LAFC right now.
All right, well, you just keep your view on LAFC while Portland just runs right up your side there. Yeah, just wait. So yeah, I'm excited. Season starts in a couple more weeks, and
1.5.
1.5. Wow.
On the 29th.
Yeah.
What about Seattle? How's Seattle looking?
MLS or Champions League?
MLS.
Oh. I did not hear the question right.
Oh, yeah.
Seattle, we're looking pretty good.
Yeah.
We shored up our defense and our midfield too, and still have the same attack from last year pretty much. We'll miss Rodriguez, but he wasn't really that big of a piece. You know, I just really hope Jordan Morris doesn't get injured, and we should be good because he had a good season last year, and he's starting to enter the prime of his career at like 24 now, so I'm expecting big things from him.
Yeah, speaking of which, who do you think Jordan Morris gets in the Golden Boot conversation this year?
I do not.
Why not?
Because he's not our goal scorer. He's plays out on the wing. He can play up front too, but when Raul Ruidiaz is fit, he's our out-and-out number 9, and Morris is more of a guy who will come into the box for support, but also he'll be getting a lot of crosses in.
Well, okay. How many
And just
goals? How many goals do you think are feasible for him? What do you have last year?
I don't remember, but if I saw like maybe 8 to 10 goals with like same amount of assists, that'd be a very good season.
I feel like I'd want more out of him. I mean, he's always on a winning team. Like I think he always puts a team under pressure, you know. So yeah, maybe he's not statistically way up there all the time, but he does things that win you games.
He's fast and he's great at pressing, which don't show up in the stat sheet.
Yeah. But still, I think I'd want, I don't know, that's just me. I'd want to see some more goals than 8 to 10. I mean, that's pretty good, but
Because he's not our main goal scorer. We have Ruidiaz, and if he can put in like 15, 20, and Ladero's bagging quite a few, then there you go. That's like almost 30 to 40 just from 3 players.
I mean, like Blanco
didn't perform too well last year.
Yeah.
Neither did. Valeri had a okay season.
Yeah, but like, don't you expect more out of Blanco? You know, like than 8 to 10 goals. Like I feel.
Yeah, but I don't think he's ever produced
Blanco
above
scores
that.
spectacular goals.
Yeah.
One against Seattle in the playoffs a couple years ago was a screamer.
Same with Sporting Kansas City.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Well, he's more than capable. Unlike these lights. All right, yeah, give a wave over there.
They're about
Yeah.
as consistent as Manchester United. The lights are.
I don't know about like Portland. Yeah, I think it's going to be by committee. There's not going to be one guy. I think that's going to score all these goals.
Yeah.
It might be like that. Eight guy, goals for this guy and 10 for that guy.
Yeah.
And
I mean, we also don't know what to expect from the new Polish striker. He could be, I don't know, replacement sort of for Fernandez, but I don't know. I'm not really expecting him to come out like Fernandez did, just
Ace.
flying.
You certainly have high expectations for him. I've heard you dub him the next Lewandowski.
well, that's what I'm hoping for anyway.
Yeah.
I mean, wouldn't that be something? Because we get this guy. He's like leading the Polish league in goals scored. Well, are we the only team that's trying to get him?
Yeah.
And then you find out, oh, he's got a heart problem. Okay, well, other people might have dropped off the chase, but we didn't. So I think that's kind of our MO. It seems like we get these guys, that might have some problems, and then we see how they work out, and it's kind of risky, if he. I got a feeling like he'll work out, but it's still a risk.
Yeah.
Well, that's really like the Portland culture. Like everyone's all like happy and open-minded. Yeah, sure, you can have a shot. Let's go do this. Oh, it's okay that you're addicted to cocaine. Let's go play for us. Just score some goals. We love you. Portlandians love everyone.
I know we are so inclusive.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Except they spat on me at the Timber Sounders game a few years ago. That
Did
was
they?
fun.
Damn.
Should have expected it.
Oh, yeah. Well, we'll see. All right, I gotta get these lights going.
Yeah.
Okay,
Like-
what are we looking for? What are we looking? Oh, there we did it. So coming up this weekend, plus this next week, we got a lot of stuff going on. Are we excited about anything in particular?
Definitely next week. I'm excited for the next Champions League games. I think, there's Bayern and Chelsea, right? And then I'm really excited for Barcelona and Napoli. Because Barcelona have just been on and off pretty much this whole season, and this is really their chance to pull it together if they want to make anything out of this season in the Champions League. And I'm excited to see what they got. And Chelsea and Bayern will be a really exciting game, but I'm predicting Bayern will do pretty well against Chelsea.
That Napoli-Barca tie is a really interesting one because, like you said, Barca have been really inconsistent, but then Napoli have had a completely rubbish season. I think they're like 10th in Serie A right now, but Liverpool failed to beat them twice, and they still have the players. They still have the potential, and I don't know. I feel like since they're doing so bad, they have no pressure up against them. They're expected to lose, and with the way Barca are playing, we could see another Atletico Madrid-Liverpool situation here, maybe in bigger scale of the full tie, and not just the first leg.
Yeah, I guess that's what I'm excited about is the second legs. First legs, they kind of build the drama, but the second leg, that's what we live for, Everybody lets it out. And
So, throwback to the 2017 season when Manchester City beat Monaco 5-3 in the first leg. Great game.
right, yeah. I mean, there's going to be some great games, but and great plays and performances and all that. But I gotta know that this game means it's all or nothing, and you're out. So I'm looking forward to that.
And also, Madrid and City are playing, right?
Ooh.
That's going to be
Such a
an
mouth-watering
entertaining
tie.
one.
Yeah. I mean, we haven't even talked about that yet. Man City, gets the 2-year ban for Champions League, and what's the impact going to be? Wow. I guess I'm interested. I'm not looking forward to that, but I'm just interested what's going to happen. I mean, will will they get a appeal and get some kind of reduced a penalty, or if they don't, what's going to happen to City?
It's really weird because I was reading into this last summer, and I'm thinking there's no way this will ever happen in a million years. It's like Trump getting removed from office. They talk about it a bunch, but at the end of the day, nothing will happen. And then all of a sudden Friday night I check my phone and I'm like, oh my God, what the hell? I was so taken aback, and I've been reading so much into this. It's because you've never seen a situation like this before. They're going to have to sell like all their best players, because who's going to want to be at a team with no Champions League? But this is really their last shot, which I think it puts the pressure even more on them, but also on Madrid for this, because they know the City's playing with more pressure on them. So it's going to be a great tie, unless it's a 0-0 stalemate, which I would not be too surprised by.
Yeah, I've heard Pep said he's going to stay no matter what, 100%. But you never know. Like, people have said a lot of things in soccer that eventually means nothing.
Also, sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off.
Oh, yeah. What was I saying? All right, you can just...
Something about Pep.
Yeah, and then... I think that was it.
The thing is about Pep, I could see him staying for the long term, because 2 years in the life of a player are a lot more important, because as a manager you have like a 30-year career. It doesn't matter how fit you are, but as a player, like De Bruyne is 29, he's getting towards the end of his prime. Same with Aguero's 31, and you have all these players who are like 2 years on. They're going to be in a different stage of their career, and they're not going to want to waste it not playing in the Champions League, because that's the biggest competition in club football, and that's what you want to win. That's what it comes down to.
Yeah. Well, who can afford these guys? Like, I mean, we're talking, De Bruyne. Like, what would his transfer fee be? If they were gonna.
Definitely over 100 million.
Yeah.
I'd say maybe 150.
Yeah.
Like, it's almost like if I'm starting a team, that'd be like the first guy I'd pick, honestly.
Way more if he's going to another Premier League club.
Yeah. Right.
It's like all these players, they can't really go to another Premier League club, because
No.
Liverpool don't really need them, because they already have like a full great squad, and like they're so world class, they're not really going to want to take a step down to Tottenham, Chelsea, Arsenal, or like United.
Yeah.
So the only place for them really to go is to the continent, elsewhere.
Mm-hmm.
PSG, Bayern Munich,
Madrid.
or Madrid and Barcelona, or Juve.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
But
Man, what do you mean Liverpool can't take another? I mean, come on. They can always
tell me where
fit somebody else on there,
Yeah.
Stuff the guy in the locker room,
It would
Jeez.
be so hard to try to fit a Kevin De Bruyne into a Liverpool side.
Yeah. I wouldn't mind trying. Dang. Yeah. Well, who do you think, I mean, off that team, I mean, you've got De Bruyne, Sterling.
Sané will go this year
Sané.
to Bayern no matter what, because his contract runs out in like 18 months, so they're going to want to cash in on him while they can.
Yeah.
Then Sterling will go, Aguero will go. I could see him going back to Atletico, where he used to be before there, so he can still try to win the Champions League.
Sounds
Who
like
else?
David Silva.
He's already on his way.
Yeah, he might go to Inter Miami.
Bernardo Silva will probably go. Rodri will probably go. Laporte will go. Kyle Walker will go. Ederson will go.
Yeah.
John Stones will probably go.
That's just wild, Like, that's almost sad,
Yeah.
It's just sad to have to break up a team like
It's
that,
just-
Like, that's crushing.
It's like the Monaco team of a couple years ago, but I just feel bad for
In the
the City
Ajax team
supporters.
of last year.
Just imagine that happening to your team. That would just suck.
Well, blame management, I guess.
Yeah. Well, I've also heard that the management at City has said, like, everything's totally fine. We're hiring the best lawyers to dispute this, and we're, like, there's not going to be a ban by the summer. Like, we're going to take care of it. And that's what they're telling all the players. So, I don't know. They do have pretty much unlimited money from their sponsors to get the best lawyers in the world. So,
I guess there's no fee in the court of law.
Yeah. Stay tuned.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, I think that that about does it. Anything else in the world of soccer we need to talk about? It's been a great week. I know next week's going to be awesome. We're just in the prime time right now. It's fun.
MLS about to start. Super excited.
Yeah.
I'd like to say how interesting the Premier League top 4 race is now, because since Manchester City can't go to the Champions League, their spot now goes to 5th place Tottenham, but there's like 8 teams within like 6 points that could all compete for that 4th and 5th places, with Chelsea being in the mix now too.
Yeah, we could see Wolves and Sheffield and Leicester all in the Champions League next year.
Could you
Whoa.
imagine that?
That
Back
would be
in
crazy.
2018, Wolves and Sheffield were playing each other in the championship.
Yeah.
Imagine them coming against each other in the 2021 Champions League quarterfinals.
Man, anything can happen.
Yeah.
That would be something special.
Well, all right. Well, great episode, guys. Well, I guess until next time, this is Fridays in Football signing off.